Hello, everybody, and welcome to World of Warships. This is episode 3, the third cut from our live stream. If you want to check out the live stream, it's on World War Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time on SimGamer TV. Otherwise, you can get caught up on the episodes that we're cutting out here. For this show, we're kind of taking a look at the first three ships, the first three tiers of ships that people are likely to see. If we go take a look at the tech tree, we're going to be taking next a look at the St. Louis. For those of you who are playing the Japan side, the counterpart is going to be the Tenryu. When you start a fight, when you start a game with a tier 3 ship, in this case the St. Louis, which is a cruiser, you will be facing off against anyone potentially from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, anyone from tier 4, and potentially tier 5 cruisers and destroyers. So by the time you get into a St. Louis, it's really, really important that you know your role. But before we get to that point, let's take a look at the stat sheet for the St. Louis here. Pop this animation up. Designation of St. Louis, which is a tier 3 cruiser in World of Warships. Its maximum displacement is 11,013 tons with a length of 426 feet. Maximum speed 22.4 knots with a turn radius of 450 meters. So you can see this is a decided upgrade over the Chester, which is the tier 2. The main battery is 14 6-inch Mark 6 guns. We have 1x1 set up fore and aft, and 6x6 set port and starboard, which means you can fire 8 guns at an enemy in a broadside. But generally speaking, there's no point in time where you won't have at least 4 guns firing at somebody. Their maximum range is 10.4 kilometers, and your defenses are significantly improved with the thinnest armor at 13 millimeters and your Citadel with 102 millimeters of armor. You also have 8 30-caliber AA guns, which are used in anti-aircraft defense, and it's important to really talk about that. This is where we start really getting into the roles of each of the individual ships that are in the game. So the role of the cruiser, since we're looking at that right now, is to face off against other cruisers, face off against destroyers. You will have a decided advantage against destroyers if you pay attention for torpedoes and sort of dodge them. They're not terribly difficult to dodge. So cruisers generally have the upper hand against destroyers. Also, one of your tricky key targets can be aircraft carriers, and in the St. Louis is your first chance that you might actually see some aircraft carriers out there launching planes, attempting to take out your ships. So if the St. Louis gets a chance to find an aircraft carrier, they make a nice buttery sweet target. You hit them with high explosive rounds over and over and over again, foul their deck, they can't launch aircraft, and you just pound them until they are dead. And aircraft carriers can do very little against a cruiser once the cruiser has its guns on them. The aircraft carrier's big advantage, though, is maximum range. It can it can control the entire map with its planes. Don't go head-to-head against a battleship. It's a bad idea. You're gonna die. That battleship is not your primary target. You should run. Or gang up on them with a destroyer. A cruiser and destroyer against a battleship will win hands down every time, but you might lose your cruiser in the process, depending on how wily that destroyer really is. Destroyers have the upper hand against battleships. So their main role will be to seek out and destroy battleships and carriers, as well as engaging other destroyers. A secondary role that the cruiser is it will provide anti-air support against aircraft that are coming in trying to damage battleships. The only ships that have, basically the cruiser has the best anti-air defenses in the game, from what I understand. Carriers might have slightly better anti-air defenses, mainly because they can launch planes. But the battleships themselves are not able to repel bombers really very, very well, and will find themselves subject to either dive bombers or torpedo bombers relatively easily. So it is up to the cruisers to sort of help keep the battleships alive so they can continue to dish out the pain and suffering that their main batteries can provide. That's sort of the strategy of the St. Louis. I'm going to go ahead and pop up some I was gonna see. I always say that I'm gonna pop upgrades, but I'm not gonna pop upgrades. I'm gonna be selling these ship slots later on, and I don't need the upgrades to be good anyway. My ship commander does have a little bit of experience with this ship, and therefore has some upgrades available. In fact, I can spend another 2 points. Expert marksman. Reduce the risk of fire. That could be good. I'm going to go ahead and reduce the risk of fire. Yeah. Being able to upgrade your commander is something you'll get at higher experience levels. It comes relatively quickly here. But we're going to go ahead and jump in with our St. Louis and see what kind of trouble we can get into. So the matchmaking system is looking for matches that match our style. We will see Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, and the occasional Tier 5. So here's an Omaha, which is so we have a couple of Tier 5 cruisers in the game. There is a Tier 5 battleship. Interesting. A couple of Tier 5 battleships on our side. And a Tier 5 destroyer. And each side has been given an aircraft carrier in the form of a Langley. So we're going to be definitely looking for those types of targets of opportunity. This is another domination map, which means the team that controls more of these areas will score more points over time. The first team to 1,000 points wins. And looks like we are on position for A, basically. We're going to go ahead and head to A.
Roger, proceeding to assist you.
So one of our battleships is indicated. We're headed to A, and we're going to go ahead and offer fire support in doing so. Trying to keep safety in numbers here. Hopefully our aircraft carrier is sending off scout planes to go check it out. World of Warships, as always, is a tactical game. Want to take it easy. Don't rush into saying things. Don't rush in headlong all on your own like I am. Basically, I'm going ahead to see if I can spot anything, and I'm going to turn around this island and get out of danger until more support arrives. But these battleships here, these guys over here, over there off in the distance, they actually probably already have guns range on A, if not B, because they can fire significantly further than a cruiser can, generally. We have a Phoenix, which is a tier 4 cruiser. Phoenixes are quick. They're just almost as fast as destroyers. And I will be talking about those in a different live stream at another time. So look at this thing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guns able to fire in this particular direction. If I rotate my gun slightly, I've lost a couple of guns, but I can now fire 5 guns in this direction. Four here. So our guys have rushed right in and started capturing B. That's pretty bold. We had a battleship head south on his own, and he is unsupported. There are torpedo planes launching torpedoes at him. That's going to be a problem. There's a destroyer over here I gotta watch out for. That Phoenix is able to put fire on that guy already? Wow. That's a significant boost in range.
Our team has taken the lead.
We've captured B. I'm going to go ahead and position myself for capture of A, since it looks like we don't have any resistance over here, really. Two cruisers. They might be able to put gun range on me. What do we got over there? A St. Louis and a Furotanaka. For Furutaka. So we're going to go ahead and use this mountain for cover. Phoenix is turning around. The reason that Phoenix is probably turning around is that the Phoenix is a fast ship, but like a destroyer, it has less armor and is relatively susceptible to enemy fire. You know, I might be able to put shots right over this mountain. Don't run into ground. People are being cheeky on the on the chat here. Do I have a shot on this guy? I do. Rain some death down on him. Let's go ahead and insert ourselves into this problem. Flag A. It's probably sending me something to be up to be destroyed though. Gotta be careful. Man, yep, I saw that happening. That destroyer that was ahead of us for sure was had a whole lot of bravado. Every single one of these ships in this horseshoe that was down here had range on him. All I need to do is be inside this cone for long enough to capture it. There's that cruiser. Cruiser there. Cruiser there. I don't want to do this one. I do want to put the fire off. It doesn't get cocky. Now I'm going to be changing my aspect by turning left and right. Speeding up, slowing down. Put fire down on this cruiser until that battleship. I am taking Citadel hits here. Fire level. Across this battleship's line of fire. I am taking heavy damage.
Total engine damage.
If I keep heading this way, that guy's gonna hit me so hard. Don't run aground, stupid ship. Crap. I'm sitting down there. That was my own stupidity. This guy's gonna nail me. Okay, he's behind a mountain now, so he shouldn't be able to hit me anymore. Oh, those shells are getting awfully done. Let me done. But we now have a battleship in B and a cruiser supporting him. It's that same Phoenix over there. So you can sort of watch this battle from these guys' viewpoints. There's a battleship right there that just took a fatal hit. DRS should be able to go cap A since he's a fast boat. We got defeated. Oh, victory! Hooray! My team score is not that great. In fact, I'm the worst. I'm the worst, I tell ya. One more game with this guy. And then I can sell off all my low tier ships. And get that wrapped up. We remember this map. This time we're starting off on the south side. Big race domination. Looks like this is a tier 3 and tier 4 only game.
General quarters.
So Matchmaker will do a pretty good job. Okay, I'm going to turn north, which means I want my tail gun, my aft gun, to be on the port side so I can use it.
Let's give them a hard time.
That right there is an 8-gun position. There we go, there's 7 guns. Oh, no. Looks like 5 guns. As you get into the higher tiered ships, oh, we have spotted. Oh, it's a cruiser. As you get into the higher tiered ship, it becomes really much more important to be much more careful with your citadel. Exposing the sides of the ship to the enemy fire it gets more and more fatal the higher and higher tiers go. South Carolina is able to deliver a pretty decent amount of firepower at thinner those are I got a little bit of a hit on him. Battleship. I'm gonna go ahead and give this guy right away since he's got more guns. Slow it down, let that battleship by. And it's also harder for him to stop. So we're gonna let him pass. And then we can actually take up position on his tail. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for the destroyers. Since they're the largest risk to this battleship, and I am also equipped to do the most about them. 3/4 speed ahead. Battleship over there putting fire out. But this destroyer is my target. Those are pretty much right on the money. Propeller damage. Oh. There's some good hits. So you can see the advantage that a cruiser has on a destroyer. I just devastated that guy right to death.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
Here's another one. I just want to make sure this guy does not get any bright ideas about putting torpedoes out. Like that. And he's done for. Okay. We can go full steam ahead. There's Gravity Falls 618 over there. We're helping him out. He'll be slipping in behind us. Ow. This battleship is firing at me.
Problem solved, sir.
Just dodging ships here. See if I can light some fires on that battleship. Okay, good, he's not firing at me. Which really means, if I want to, come about. No. I think I'll have better luck dealing with these guys. Let's load up AP and prepare some Citadel hits here. Bingo. That was a Citadel hit. I love it. And he's gonna run aground. Careful.
All forces requesting cover fire.
All right, I think used to be able to identify priority targets. With the G key, it doesn't seem to be working anymore. Let's go ahead and get ourselves inserted in this battle. There might be a destroyer in the area dropping torpedoes. I want to keep an eye out for that, that's for sure. I have a shot on this guy. Not for long if he keeps it.
Attention, I need help.
This destroyer's faster than I thought it was. It must be a Phoenix. Or a cruiser. So the Phoenix does have torpedoes.
Problem solved.
keep on hammering away at that citadel. Some of these shots are going to get through. There's some that get through. Alright, we got a battleship in our sights next. Let's go ahead and turn. Put the battleship at about 11:30. And begin aiming for the citadel. Right under that, even with that gun, I might be able to get an ammo explosion and finish him off. Turning. Still doesn't have his guns on me. In fact, his guns are on the wrong side of the ship now. Okay, high explosives, we're head on. Nope. He's dodging torpedoes. That's what's going on. Well, now that his guns aren't on me, right at that. Explosive shot continues to penetrate his armor. That's him. Oh no, I've done it again. Crash into the land. Back it up. Okay, let's get ourselves underway again here. It's a good thing I took out that battleship, otherwise I'd be done. All you need to do is look at me and I'd blow up. Full starboard rudder, half speed ahead. Which will clear the mountain, we will go full throttle. Full speed ahead. Let's go ahead and get ourselves set up to head towards A, I think. It's probably the way to go. So we are up by 2 ships right now. It looks like B is well covered by that battleship. Here's a battleship, speaking of. Those were aimed at me. And not a single one of them hit. Now let's use the mountain for cover until our friendlies are able to support us. We have 5 minutes to destroy that battleship, or the game is either destroy the battleship or take flag A. Oh, that cruiser left. Looks like Rhodes has a beat on him. Got 5 minutes to take this battleship out. It's behind that mountain, or behind that island. Our battleship has an angle on him. God, look at all the. Where is it? This one? Patrol? There it is. All the ships that died in there. That's a lot of ships. There's the battleship. Looks like a sitting duck to me.
Our victory is in sight.
Oh, nice. The Phoenix has some torpedoes. So when you're in a range where the shells are coming down on a ship like that, you want to use high explosive. Does generally do more damage. Oh, that Phoenix in front of us blew up. We might have lost that one. Nope, we won. Incapacitated, it's 3, destroyed 2, set on fire 2, hits the Citadel 1. Take a look at our team score. In the upper half, we're in 5th place. Managed to sink 2 ships, 945 experience. And back to port. So this is a little bit of a longer episode as that battle carried on a little bit. Part of episode 3 here of this new series, World War Wednesday. Doing some live streaming here. If you want to tune in live, make sure you check us out on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. on my channel, SimGamer TV, and we will be playing war games such as World of Warships and other sort of strategy-like or tactical war games of various kinds. Probably for the foreseeable future, I'll focus on World of Warships because it's sort of my game du jour right now. I'm really having a lot of fun.